Alright guys, welcome back to another trade recap. Today is July 28th, 2026. Today I was pretty bearish going into the day, but I wanted to see some sort of retrace up to one of these bearish imbalances. So looking previously in the week, we obviously respected this one day for rally gap, bringing us down all the way to this monthly, which we should definitely be paying attention to. But yeah, we ended up tapping this, I believe yesterday. Alright, and then yesterday we put in this for our rally gap. I got closed, and then this morning I saw kind of this. A little replay. Alright, so basically, what I wanted to see is as we have all this, high resistance liquidity up here, we have this high right here, we have imbalance right here, but I want to note that ES did take this high already, and we had a bearish SMT, so there really isn't a reason anymore to take that. I didn't know that going into open, but then after the chart started opening up, I realized, oh yeah, we have a SMT here. But I wanted to see this 15-minute rally gap either get disrespected or respected to kind of have the narrative for the rest of the day. This ended up getting disrespected heavily, as you can see. But at open, we really had no model, and price just does one of those spike up things where we come up to some balance, not really to manipulate any clear buy side liquidity, and we just simply sell off of this 15-minute rally gap, coming to these relative equal lows, which was one of my draws if we wanted to come short and run through this for rally gap. It would have been nice if we would have closed below, then maybe did some of this, and I don't know, took this high and then bam, went down like that. But it's whatever. The market does what it wants. Why can't I get rid of this? Okay. And then on the way down, we come down further into this monthly, which I wanted to see because yesterday we only tapped in 25 points, and for a monthly for rally gap, you want to go and hundreds of points. So that's what I wanted to see. We end up selling off all the way to this low, and here's where actually the first potential setup is. So now that I know we're bearish and we've kind of calmed down price, I still want to see us come down more into this monthly rally gap, because look at, we're only 200 points. I would like to see us maybe come 300 points down. So we put in this 5-minute rally gap after this setup gets rejected. This was a potential long right here, but I bet many people got stopped on this simply because the 5-minute rally gap is here and higher time frame never lies. But I want to see some manipulation of buy side liquidity, a soup model or something like that to confirm that we want to have a continuation. Come down, manipulate internally, and then right here is where the setup is. So ES was let me pull this up. Where's ES? All right, so look at. So this is this 15-minute rally gap on ES. We opened this about here, and you can see we just barely take this high, barely, and barely come up into this for rally gap. If I'm looking for a continuation and a big move, I want to see us maybe even come just to here. That's enough. But here is just so we could just inverse this, and then come back up. It's simple. So, but this was honestly a good setup if we would have just came up and taken that high a little more. That puts an SMT here plus this 5-minute rally gap to the left of us that we already rejected, and closing below that, and then I would have shorted right here, stop at the high, and there wasn't a low here. That's why I would have taken this actually on ES. Yeah. So ES had the cleaner model because there was this low right here, and you could have taken it to this low after we closed below that, and it would have Or I don't know. I can't actually remember. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? It doesn't end up playing out. Oh my gosh, I forgot. But other you can take it to that low right there, or you could use standard deviation. But again, there's no liquidity below this. It's just for rally gap, which is also something that deterred me from taking this. But yeah, I think if we went a little bit further, it would have been nicer, up into the range. But yeah, it was kind of a pass for me. Could have gone like this, maybe done a little standard deviation. I don't know if we hit that. We didn't hit that, so yeah, not a great trade really at all. And then we reverse off this, and I want to see if this is a reversal because we put in all this higher time from structure. We've had accumulation, manipulation. Now this is probably a distribution move, but I want to see if we want to close within this 15-minute rally gap. If we want to come up and take these highs up here, is this just a manipulation move to go higher, or are we continuing on higher time frame Lee? I think that's how you should say it. But we have this high right here. We have SMT right here. But really, it just never ends up playing out, and I never catch any longs. Really, there's no manipulation in this range that ever happens, or any change of the state. So today, really, I think the market moved efficiently, but the reversals and the setups really weren't that efficient. This has several things wrong with it, and then obviously to open there's just nothing, and then this move just is I would like to call it just pale. There's nothing to it, But yeah, overall I'm happy with how I handled the day. Passed on a setup that I would have lost on, but yeah, I'm honestly bullish going into the rest of the week because we have all these highs up here. We have this 4 hour gap up here that's unmitigated, and then maybe we might want to sell off even further into this monthly 4 hour gap. I'm totally for that, but we also could just put in a 4 hour change of the state right here. So load, like right here, and then have this whole entire have this whole entire move done. These past 2 months we've been in this range, so I would like to see this monthly kind of bring us out of that, bring us back to all-time highs. But yeah, not bad. Peace out, guys. Catch you in the next one.